I disagree. Um, I know this isn't going to sound lovely, but not a light pimp green, better. I would not recommend that. And any sorts of loud plaids against plaids that don't work together, you know, anything kind of shady. One thing for me that gives me untrustworthy right off the bat is putting suspenders and a belt together. That really bothers me a lot. Like, because obviously that person can't make up their mind, so I wouldn't like them making any decisions for me. So always one or the other, one or the other. And you know, sometimes you'll see, and normally it's on older gentlemen, you know, they'll do the suspenders, but I mean, why are you wearing a belt? It provides you no, it provides no new or no use. The suspender is doing all the work. No, it's classic actually. Like to wear suspenders or braces, what they do is they put the buttons on the inside of the waistband. It's normal just to have the suspender or have the belt loops there, and not, yeah, you don't need a belt there. I really don't like it. Another thing too is the light gray, which I honestly like this better. I think it makes better use of the charcoal gray, but the taupe does work to warm it up too. For this, you could do more of a, I'll use this. We always pick a lavender shirt because, you know, if you're a single man, women tend to like the confident look that it gives. And, you know, it also shows, you know, just general confidence. Would you say, you know, ladies, that you guys have your groups and everything, do a lavender shirt would be totally appropriate for your office, right? For Amanda to wear? Okay, excellent, excellent. That's nothing like that. The reason we have some guys that will wear lavender and won't wear pink. So it's like it's baby steps is what we normally do. We can't just take. Yep, I like that. I like oranges. I like just about anything. I don't exactly. We actually have the guy that he runs Charter North. I don't remember. It's got a new name. Or North Star. North Star. The guy that runs that, he always comes in and finds the most loud, obnoxious, bright colored ties he can to try to improve mood there, because he works around so many depressed children. Yeah, morale, general morale. It's kind of interesting. We have another customer that shops with us. He will only wear a red tie if he's going to fire someone. So whenever he walks in with a red tie on, everyone's on edge. Yeah, it is. You know, I was talking about that earlier. But I like a tie like this. It's got paisley. I personally love paisley. Most women love paisley. So it's a very sharp look. I like the fact that it's not like your grandma's couch type of paisley. It has, you know, a nice stripe in it. If you look closely at this tie after we're done, it has light blue stripes. You can pair this with a light gray shirt. You can pair it with a light blue shirt, get a lot more look. You guys spend a reasonable amount of your time with no shoes on, correct? Like walking into houses and stuff? Okay. Well, I brought a pair of slip-on shoes for you guys just because of that purpose. But one thing that's starting to become very popular, have you seen those University of Phoenix commercials where they're wearing the red socks and they're shaking hands and everything? Those are called power socks. Those are a new thing. They're starting to become more and more popular for men to wear and women because they make very cute boot socks too, and we sell a lot of those to women as well. But you can take a sock like this that complements your look, and then when you've got your shoes off, it's a good conversation piece.
Yeah, I just started getting those kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some that look like leopard, colored leopard.
I need to know where you got those from because I need those in my life. Okay, I need to go get some of those. And anything leopard. I'm all about anything leopard. I've been crushing on her outfit the whole time. Exactly. It's a good conversation piece. It's a good icebreaker. Be like, whoa, what are those? Like, wow, let me talk to you about this and this house. But you know, you can match it like this. A lot of guys are wearing these with dark jeans now too, just because once again, when you take the shoes off, it looks better than just a white pair of socks that are all stained up. So I like that look. I did bring normal socks as well, like your classic dress socks. There's 3 basic colors of suits though, which is what I brought: charcoal, navy, and gray. I did choose a plaid just for this purpose. I'll explain. This is not a super, it's not a super harsh plaid by any means. They call this a Glen plaid with a window pane. It actually has like a very dark plaid underneath here, and then a light blue and dark blue window pane going through it. The thing that I love about this is if you have a bunch of this stuff in your wardrobe and you just want something different, You lose versatility with the pinstripe, but you can still mix and match this with other things. You can wear this with black pants. You can wear it with a solid gray pant. You can wear it with the light gray pant. You can wear this with jeans because it has the blue in it. It gives you so many more options. And then if something happens to the pants, you still have a good working piece in your wardrobe. So I prefer a plaid over everything. Not to mention plaids have been in style since the 1920s. They never truly go out of style. The big, like the size of the plaid, that's where you border on a car salesman. If you go like really bad or like really big, like bright red, bright green, and like yellow plaid, probably not for real estate. That's what I'm going to say. But yeah.
I have a question about the pinstripe blazer.
Yes.
You were suggesting that men cannot take a pinstripe blazer and wear it with anything but the pants that came with it,
Or jeans.
or jeans.
Yes.
But could a woman take a pinstripe blazer and put it with a black skirt?
I don't love the look, and for etiquette speaking, it's not appropriate. But people do it. So I think the rules are a little bit softer on women than it is on men. But it's not a proper etiquette thing though.
Now, etiquette, I thought etiquette was more like table manners. So when you say etiquette concerning fashion, what do you mean?
Okay, so we spend a lot of time doing weddings. We spend a lot of time doing funerals. We do a lot of business, and there's certain fashion rules that go. You never put white and ivory together. You never put black and navy together. You don't wear your sleeves past a certain point, either long or short. Your pants are supposed to be a certain hem. Etiquette speaking, for interviews, women are supposed to wear skirts. And so that's why I had Michaela wear a skirt. I have a lot of tattoos on my legs. I can't do that and still look appropriate for this sort of environment. But they're not offensive tattoos or anything like that, but it's not something that I'd want to come in here and wear. They say that a classic pencil skirt is appropriate for women, and you're supposed to wear a 2-inch heel, etiquette speaking, because it engages the calf muscles and the thigh muscles to where it's more of an attractive silhouette. Yes, you're not supposed to wear anything higher than like interview or business in general. They say like a 4-inch heel is too high. What? Classic black pencil skirt supposed to be a must-have piece in every woman's wardrobe. I have 3 of them myself. I just don't wear them for business. No, you can wear it with slacks. Yeah, you can wear it with slacks, whether you go with a straight leg or a boot cut or, I don't think flares are really appropriate for business. I prefer a boot cut because I'm a little heavier, so I like to kind of elongate my legs more. Yeah.
Because work fashion right now is a completely different story than in the 80s and 90s when you just had a power suit, you just had a pencil suit. So there's so many things. There's skinny pants, there's like ankle back, so all like stuff like that. All of this is changing.
I do agree. The big power suits, like the shoulder pads and all that, that was mostly 80s and 90s. I completely agree. They say that for proper business and class, black pencil skirt is a key piece in a wardrobe, but women wear unstructured outfits and suits all the time. Typically, at work, I run very hot. I wear a lot of vests. And so, all my vests are tapered. And once again, honestly, the reason that I have so much of my garments tapered is because, honestly, I'm close to 300 pounds, and I'm okay with my weight. I don't mind telling people. But, I don't want to wear anything that is unsightly on me to make me look bigger. So I have everything tapered. I taper my hoodies. I taper my jeans. I do everything. I obviously I know how to sew. So the tailors have taught me, and I do a lot of my own work because they're tired of doing it for me. But,
But as far as the height of the hill, that to me seems to be a little old school. Nobody wears the
well, it's classic. It's classic. Yes, people are wearing the cigarette pants. The really skinny leg pants and stuff. They say that flats are okay if you're going to wear them. I don't think it's as formal. I think anything like a 4-inch or above, I don't think is professional. I think, especially if you're showing up in a 4-inch stiletto, I don't think that puts forth a professional appearance. So, there's always some playroom in there, but they say for classic purposes, a 2-inch heel engages the calf in the proper amount to give you a more flattering silhouette. So, like, your calves are going to look better wearing a heel than they would look in a flat shoe. And I don't know who we're dressing up for, whether it's for each other or for men or, you know, who it is and who made these rules necessarily. But I mean, there is some truth to wearing a heel. It gives you a nicer look. It makes you look leaner for your legs and everything else. I personally don't like to wear super high heels. I've had 4 surgeries to my left leg. So I'll wear, you know, like my boots, I think are like a 1.5 inch heel. And I wear boots all the time because I need the ankle support. So I wear heels when I go out, but I have like a 2-hour expiration date on that. I can't do more than that. So, I mean, and here in Alaska, we're in a completely different situation just because it's so much more casual here. What I don't like to see is I don't like people wearing skirts with leggings under it. That bothers me. Danskos, I love the look of those. I'm sorry. But, you know, like Danskos are very comfortable shoes, and I understand that if you've had foot issues, they're great. I don't think that they have a professional look unless you're a nurse. So like I can go on about that, but I like structured garments on my own body just because I'm bigger and I'm sensitive to my size. So like I always try to dress for my body. So everything I have is like tapered through the sides. I don't own any of those sweater cardigans because I feel that they just don't look good on me. But I mean, we're all built differently. So I mean, what you want to do is kind of take these guidelines, know for colors what you can do with what. And when you're trying to put forth a very classic business image, a blazer and like a pencil skirt is proper as far as that goes. If I could wear a leopard print suit every day, I would. Don't get me wrong. So
For women's fashion, what seems to be in style now, rather than a power suit, is the dress.
I mean, I've seen dresses, like a nice summer dress with like a blazer. I think that you can kind of do almost any sort of piece and kind of make it your own. I know this is rough just because like at my workplace, we're not supposed to go sleeveless. You know, they don't consider it appropriate, not to mention when you get up to like, you can't like tell certain people that they can do it and you can't tell others that they can't. So they just say as a rule, you're not supposed to wear sleeveless. I'm not gonna lie, last week or so, I've worn sleeveless a couple days. I can't survive at work and sweat, you know, just a ton. But I think that, I mean, they used to say that you had to wear nylons, which that's not the case necessarily in the business environment anyway either. You know, I think if you've got a bunch of scars on your legs and stuff like that, I'd say, you know, nylons might be a nice look to kind of hide anything like that. But, you know, I think everything's so different. You know, apparently quite a bit different than anywhere else in the country. There's, as far as women's clothing, yes. No, please.
So wearing under the blazer or collar thing has to be like
I think a cami is totally fine. I think if you have a nice lacy cami or, you know, something to kind of show a little detail, I think that's nice. I don't agree wearing like a, you know, a casual t-shirt underneath it, you know, or like a scoop neck t-shirt. We've had girls at work that do that. I don't necessarily care for that. I think, you know, as long as everything fits properly, you're not showing too much of the girls. You know, like honestly, growing up, this is probably too much information. Growing up, my grandma had this rule that nothing could go past this mole. And I don't think I own anything above it now. But but I always wear camis under my dress shirts. Honestly, like I said, I run hot. So if I'm sweating a lot, I don't want to have to get my clothes dry cleaned as much. I do it specifically for practicality. Only because I've worked with men so long, I try to work smarter, not harder. That's how I am. So I wear camis every day, just about. I tend to like a collared blouse. This is a mandarin collar, so it's shorter. It's not as high up on your neck. I like the ruffles, just because, you know, without something feminine, I almost look like a lumberjack. So I like some feminine details. I've just recently gotten into floral. For me, that's a little weird because I have more of a severe look, you know, because I've got the black hair and the pointed bangs and everything. I've had to embrace some things. I do have a couple I have a couple blouses at work that are very nice, formal blouses that are chiffon. But if you come up close on them, they have skulls. So that's my way of sneaking in my look into the work environment. So I try to, but I'll always wear it with a blazer and a nice pair of slacks, of course. But I feel that, I think a scoop neck, I think a cami. They even make those things called bralettes now. Have you seen those? Yeah, they're like a lacy, almost like an over bra top that stops here, almost like a Dickie from the 80s. You guys remember Dickies? Yeah, they're kind of like that, and you can layer those, and it looks like you got a nice little blouse on without actually having the full layer, which is kind of nice. I like that. So And they have those in an array of colors all over the place. I think even Fred Meyer probably has them in their lingerie department too. So I think that's really neat. I mean, as far as like the old rules go, I don't see turtlenecks anywhere anymore, you know, and that used to be a thing. So that and the huge bows on the collars, you know.
What is the style now as far as like flat, flowered, or paisley?
In the men's realm, it's everything. So like you can literally do like a plaid suit like this with a striped shirt, because if you look closely at this, it is striped, with a paisley tie or a floral tie. We have floral ties and they sell well at our store. And it's because I think as long as you've got clean, simple lines, whether it's a woman or a man, you can accessorize however you want. The rules aren't as strong as far as pattern on pattern, because back in the day, you would not do that. You would have to do, if you did a pattern tie, it would have to be a solid shirt. Not the case anymore. Like you can take, yeah. I think the only way you can go wrong is putting a horizontal stripe with a vertical stripe. That's it. Because we have some horizontally striped ties, which I hate. They're hideous. But, but if you take something like this that has a vertical stripe, and then you put something like this that has a paisley and a diagonal stripe, it works. You guys can hand these around. That way you can see them up close. I know the detail's hard to see. Another thing too, with men's clothing specifically, suspenders are coming back into style. Suspenders. It's because especially if you're a bigger gentleman, or even a gentleman with like a broader chest and shoulder and a more narrow waist, if you take off your coat, it looks like you have something to look at. It frames your look. And so we've had some guys come in. We had a guy yesterday, 89 years old. He bought some Nantucket red pants and then Nantucket red suspenders to wear for his birthday. So, I mean, I think if you got the personality to rock suspenders, I think that you definitely have the personality to rock a bow tie. Bow ties are also, I agree. So, I mean, Larry King's been wearing them for what, decades? But another thing too is bow ties. Like I said, bow ties are coming into style. You have to have the personality to pull it off. It is not an Urkel thing at all. It is a high fashion, very clean look. I think if you're a bigger gentleman, I think you should wear a bigger bow tie though. I think there's rules with that. I just threw that together, but you can see how you can do those patterns on patterns and it works. And so it gives you so much more versatility. I try not to sell like solid satin power these ties anymore. To me, it reminds me of prom. I think if you go with like something solid, but something with an undertone, you have the versatility of mixing and matching it too. Like I look at versatility for everything. As far as general shoe, did you have a question? Or no? I thought I saw your hand go up. I'm sorry. As far as general shoes go, us women have more options. We can get gray shoes. We can get pattern shoes. You know, we can have a little bit more fun with that stuff than the guys do. Basic colors for the men. There's black, burgundy, and brown. Burgundy, if you're only going to own one pair of shoes, burgundy's my vote, just because it matches everything. I think it looks rich. I think it looks very rich. And so you can wear it with the navy suit. I didn't mean to match that. You can wear it with any earth tone suits, tan pants. It works with the charcoal. We have some, like a little lighter red ones and stuff. I just like the darkness of these. It is cordovan, burgundy, oxblood. Yeah, like the penny loafers. I used to have a pair of burgundy penny loafers too. Cordovan, oxblood. The oxblood normally means it's a little bit more marbled as far as the color goes, but we have all different versions of it. But I wear mostly gray boots. Like this, I want my burgundy to go kind of with my pink and stuff. I wear gray. It matches everything. And like I said, I'm kind of lazy. I like to work smarter, not harder. So, I mean, I know I can throw my gray boots on, they'll match anything. And in fact, I even ride my motorcycle with those. So I like those. But these are Rockports. Rockports have great arch support, and they were actually recently bought out by Adidas. And then Adidas put their technology in them. These are waterproof slip-ons, which is nice for men. We have these in wides and regulars. Flexible sole. And they have just a really nice clean look and good grip for up here. And if you come up and actually mush the soles, they're soft. They give. So that's something kind of cool. These I think are $139. They're not too bad. But I mean, you guys are all going to get coupons. Understand, I had less than a week to kind of prepare for this. So I did not get new coupons from corporate. I will honor any of these coupons, but they expire 4 days ago. So I will give you the coupons. And honestly, it has etiquette for men and women in those pamphlets too. So I can give you those as well.
What do you think about a peach color shirt?
Depends on skin tone for me. So I think you guys would both do fine in it. If you put pale into it, I think it would wash them right out. I like the peach shirt. I think it's really sharp. I like the contrast. So, belts. Do you ladies wear belts? Okay. No. I've noticed when I buy belts, I have to be careful of the thickness of them because if I get one too bulky, it makes me look bulky. And so I just recently started getting into belts because I had started to lose weight, so my pants were kind of falling off. But I had to do it out of necessity. Typically, old school rules: your belt is match your shoes. We do have some, and men or women make them too, or they have women's ones too, where they're actually reversible, so you can wear them in either color. Honestly, reversible belts don't tend to hold up as well because that latch there takes a lot of toll on the latch, and they sometimes break. But if you're starting out and you just need a good key piece that you can wear a bunch, and you don't care if it falls apart later on, it's a good belt. I prefer ones that are double reinforced on the stitches apart. I've bought cheap belts before, and they actually peel, the layers peel apart, and it just looks bad. And if you sit down, sometimes it pinches and it hurts. I've learned, as far as my husband goes, and I bought one too, I go over to like the Western shops because I like to switch out the belt buckles on them because I'm all about accessorizing. And I go over to Saddle or Tandy Leather because they have good quality leather belts that hold up well. And their prices aren't too bad. They're about $40, which is about how much our belts are. So I like something that's, a good quality strap of leather that doesn't have like a bunch of fillers in it. I'm trying to think of anything else offhand that I had regarding the actual clothing itself. Do you guys have questions for me? Oh, I forgot to show you that one. This is an aqua. It's a new color. I do too. And it's something different than the like classic traditional light blue. The aqua just has a little bit more to offer as far as color. We do have some, we like to call them party socks or sexy socks. They are technically power socks, but we have some socks to go with them. The thing that I love about this color, and you can come up and see it if you'd like, you can actually take almost every tie here and it complements. Yeah, it gives you tons of versatility. And then of course, that, not with this suit, but more like that or that even. We've had a huge new interest in the aqua, and I think it's equally as versatile. It's just a little bit edgier. It's a little bit more modern. So I think you guys can find a shirt like this. I think it'd be awesome. I have a Izod women's wrinkle-free dress shirt, French cuff, because I like to wear cuff. This color light blue, and then I have a light pink one at home with white cuffs and white collar. I get so many compliments on those shirts. And yes. I feel that you can, depending on what the office is like, if it's for work or if it's just for a date, I feel that you can always wear an open collared shirt unless you're going to a funeral. I feel that you should wear a tie. I think it's respectful. No. And I want you to know that this is your husband or your boyfriend. Okay. Your boyfriend, a lot of men have ill feelings towards ties, and it's misdirected. It's not the tie that's the problem. It's an ill-fitting shirt. Because if the shirt's too tight, they feel like it's the tie that's choking them. It's not. It's a bad-fitting shirt. Okay.
Sometimes no tie makes you look more powerful, and it actually makes you look more like a millionaire.
Standards, you just do what you want to do.
I do it sometimes, and I get a lot of good looks.
I think that an open collared shirt, when you're working with prospective clients and stuff like that, I think that it makes you more approachable. I think it's like, hey, I'm like you. I like the politician ads you see on TV where they've got their shirt sleeves rolled up. There's a lot of psychology behind that. It shows, hey, I'm a working man. I'm like you guys. Yes, sorry.
But you're right, right? What is the part on use colors and what you should wear, light and dark, or which way?
I think that you can kind of play it by ear. I like to choose the color of my shoes versus like what I'm wearing. So I mean, like I said, I mainly wear gray because it's neutral and it matches everything, like a lighter gray shoe. I also have a metallic pewter. They're Bourne's boots. Is what I like to wear. These are kind of a pinky burgundy, like a rose color. But I mean, black shoes are always more formal. Whether you're a man or a woman, black shoes are always more formal, unless you're wearing a navy suit.
So if I'm wearing, maybe light tan, outfit, then should I find a light tan or?
I mean, you could do a nude shoe. You could do like a brown shoe, would look nice, or even like a burgundy shoe. Because burgundy for us follows the same standards as it does for the men. It matches everything. It's a fully neutral tone.
So with the burgundy shoe, then I don't have to have the burgundy.
No, because it's a neutral.
I need a longer class.
I'm sorry. I will give you my card. Call me. We will figure something out on my day off. We'll go shopping together. I always like to shop with other people's money. It's totally fun. Sorry. Yes.
Like you were saying, as far as wearing without a tie,
Mhm.
like something like a Claiborne or something, this under a suit.
I think a sport coat would be fine. I think under a suit it's a little casual.
Okay, under a sport coat.
Yeah. I think under a sport coat and a nice pair of slacks, I think is totally fine. It just is more of a casual, sportier look, which is the point. We used to sell mock neck turtlenecks all the time at work. We don't sell them as much anymore. They're just not popular. We are starting to get back into silk tees. They're 4-ply silk t-shirt. So basically kind of like what you're wearing, just a 4-ply silk. So they have a nicer look than your classic, like, your cotton or your polyester. Natural fibers are always best. Unfortunately, ladies, we just don't get the options in natural fibers unless you're going to shop from like Talbot's or something like that and spend a ton of money. So I mean, we kind of have to fight with that.
Celebrities, they wear like no socks or no seams or something.
I
They're in a suit with no socks.
I don't like that. I don't think that looks classy at all. I think that's them trying to be edgy. But I mean, I've already lived through the whole Miami Vice thing twice now, so so I'm not a fan. I don't think it's good. I don't think it is either because you're sweating and then you're taking your shoes off in people's houses. Sorry, no,
Yeah, I don't think it works for real good.
no. I'd be like, not to mention if you haven't had a pedicure, how's that gonna look?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay,
No, I haven't seen it in a while either.
you creep me out. Thank you. You can see I looked right at Amanda. I will use our corporate policy as a standpoint. I am in a fashion industry. We do have to look professional, work with people of all calibers from all different parts of society. Our corporate policy does not allow leggings. I don't like leggings, not to mention, I think that if you're not careful as to which leggings you buy, when you bend over, they're see-through. There's a lot that comes with that too. I think with a tunic, I think it's acceptable as a woman with like a nice pair of cute flats that go with it or something like that. But it definitely has more of like a sportier look. So, I mean, I've worn leggings like once or twice, and I've worn them with like a sweater dress and boots. But then I felt more piratey than professional. So
Like, is there, no rule of thumb where it needs to be a certain length? Or
I think if you're going to wear a tunic with some leggings, I think that anything you wear with leggings should cover your seat. So
okay, I guess that's what I was asking.
yes, yeah, I think if you're gonna do it, it should cover your seat. Once again, it opens up that thing of like if your leggings if you went and bought cheap leggings at Costco's and they're see-through when you bend over, it's just not appropriate. Yeah. Would you guys like to do a drawing? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, please. Everyone add your cards that hasn't added them. Only one card per person, folks. I'm going to go through the list of prizes so you guys can see them. First, I have this lovely book, How to Be a Gentleman. Has some amazing tips. They say things like, don't wear a Speedo ever as a gentleman. It's actually a very well-written book. Then I have this lovely MW tie, a nice confident color for you guys here. I personally like a woman that wears a tie, but you've got to be kind of tricky as far as what kind of blouse you wear it with to make it look professional. I think it's cool. Not for everyone though, but Next, for the ladies, I went through my own personal stash of prizes, and I have a sterling silver necklace, if you guys would like to pass it around. And then this actually has a very, very, very teeny diamond, worth like a ton of money, but it's nice. So then I have this sterling silver necklace with a pearl on it, and all of these are real. All the necklace is in there. You can see the pearl. Pretty good size pearl, natural. So, ready for the first drawing? So you do it so everyone can blame you for not winning. Who do we have?
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. Come on up. Which prize would you like, my dear?
I'll take the pearl necklace.
Okay. Did you want to take a closer look at the silver one too? Okay. The necklace is in there.
Okay.
Oh, we know what she wants. All right. All right. Wish we had a drum roll sound here. Who do we have?
No name on the back. No name on the back? No name on the back.
Oh, it's Kelly. I went to school with your son. Gil? Yeah. All right. Sorry. If you find that it's missing later and you see someone with leopard pants wearing it, you know what happened. All right, I'll just go ahead and give away all 4 prizes. I totally don't mind here. We'll do this. Okay, who do we have? Nice. Would you like a How to Be a Gentleman book? You're not going to wear Speedo at the beach, right? All right. Anything over 3 inches isn't super in right now, wide. The average tie width right now is 2.5 inches. That's what we're getting most of. We do carry some skinny ties, which are okay. I just don't like super, super skinny ties, like the 80s skinny ones. I don't love those. I think they would be fine for like a wedding or something, but not so much for business. Your pants are your length of your tie is supposed to come right to the waistband of your pants. We do have, for anyone that has an 18 neck or larger, we have extra long ties. So we can fit anyone. An extra long tie versus a long tie, just a regular length, is a 5-inch difference. It's substantial. Yeah, it's substantial. So like, yes. Oh, sorry. You can. If you're like a 16.5 or 17 neck and you want to do a double Windsor knot, I just go with an extra long tie. Yeah. Or an Eldridge knot is fun too. Have you guys ever seen that? Who do we have? Where's Lisa? You get to learn how to be a gentleman. Yes. All right. You guys know basic etiquette, like, don't go and chew gum in front of clients, or, no small dogs in your purses or anything like that. That's the stuff I have to tell high schoolers. So I'm going to just kind of go through everything to make sure I hit most of my points. As far as women's stuff, they say standard spread collared shirt is classic. Banded or scoop neck, this is a banded shirt. A mandarin collar banded shirt's the same. Avoid deep plunging necklines. We all know that. We're going to look classy. Those toe shoes are correct for traditional business attire, but I think a peep toe with like a nice pair of nylon, or not nylon, but like a nice skirt or something, I think looks very sharp too, as long as your toes are done. That's the thing. Yeah, it says heels to not exceed 2.5 inches in height for classic dress. And I mean, that's for interviewing and like, banking and stuff like that. We're all in the people business. So I know we don't have to be, stuffed into a banking system. We get to have a little bit more fun with our wardrobe. Not to mention, we all have our own, not gimmicks, but we have our own trademarks, if you will. Mine is animal print and, my hair flare. I wear these every day. And I think that it's totally fine to show your own individuality, whether you have dangly earrings, you have a ton of dangly, or if you have different glasses, or, anything like that shows your own individuality. It helps us in our business. So, I mean.
You're in the fashion business, though, but if you were to go and interview for a job as a vice president of a bank, would you wear your hair flare?
I have interviewed in financial before. I wore a white shirt and I wore like a simple white flower. So yes, because it is me and that's my trademark. Because I wouldn't go and cut the point off my bangs because that's who I am. You know, so I mean, there's certain aspects of it. I do have a funny story though, actually regarding real estate. Real estate's been my dream forever. Like I've wanted to do that since I was about 17. I haven't made the leap yet. But as far as back when I lived in Michigan, before I moved back up here, I had an opportunity to have an interview, a small town in Michigan, and I walked in. And I was probably about 25, 26 years old. And I had long fingernails, like really long fingernails. And I know the stiletto nails are popular, and I wear them still every once in a while. I just try to keep them a little more toned down. But at the time, I had like lime green and like bright orange nails. It was obnoxious. Because at the time, I was like, yeah, do whatever you want to my nail lady, and she'd do some pretty crazy stuff. But I was actually told that I would not be considered for the job because of my nails. And so, yes. So like I have had interviews like in the past where I've actually gone and gotten like a specific manicure for it based on that. So I mean, the sad thing about it is to a point, and I mean it's but it's true. You know, we all base everything on first impression. So putting forth the best effort right off the bat, you know, they can get to know you once you're in the door. You know, as far as that goes. You know, I'm pretty loud and obnoxious because I've been in sales so long. But I mean, everyone knows me as my customers, and I do everything I can do to make sure that they're taken care of. I spent my Saturday, which is one of my biggest sales days, delivering people's tuxes all over like northern Mat-Su region of Alaska. So, and I'm straight commission. So when I'm not selling, I don't get paid. So I mean, I understand. I feel you completely. So, you know, it's one of those things like you guys do what you need to do for your customers, and once you know they get you for that personality, you know, and all of our little quirks. You know, I think that's why we maintain our clientele and everything. Does anyone have any other questions? Please.
Okay, so one thing, how do you convert the man who has one suit and has the same suit since 1994?
And do me.
Have you ever dressed a woman? Have a woman ever come to Men's Warehouse to buy a suit?
Yes, both. Okay, so to respond to your first question, I am probably the best one in the store because I am slightly more aggressive than other people in there to kind of convert a man over into open thinking. It honestly helps if you're the wife and you come with them, because then I'm like, hey, you know, you might want to get a new suit to take her out on date night, and then we kind of feed off each other and it helps. But, you know, the thing is for men, as long as they're seeing that, you know, like for you, if you're super important to him and he sees your face and he just knows that you're so excited to see him in, guys want to please you as far as that goes. They're happy to, you know, to have that good feeling of like an actual suit that fits properly, is modern. And once you put them up in the mirror, you can see their face change. I mean, it's one of the most rewarding reasons I do my job, is because to kind of see that go on. I had this guy in Michigan. This is my favorite story regarding that. He came in, he had to buy a suit for a wedding. He was extremely frustrated, to say it nicely, cussing and everything. And he was drunk.
Sounds like a tattoo story.
I have my fair share of tattoos. I've never had anything like that start, but anyway, he walks in, he's like, I don't want no brassafrazzin suit and, you know, everything else. And I was like, you know, are you single? And he's like, yeah, I'm single. I was like, the suit will do wonders for you. Life is better in a suit. Because I tell people that it is. People open doors for you. They treat you with respect. They say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, or yes, sir, yes, or no, sir. It's true. It's true. And
smiling. Yeah, it's awesome.
Willie's like, I'm just gonna keep these secrets to myself.
Yeah, that's why I wear the pinks and all that.
Yep, it's
Smile and then give me shit, so it works.
It's true. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. So he comes in, he's just cussing up a storm. He's like, I'm so angry to have to buy a suit. And I was like, life's better in a suit. I'll make it as painless as possible. I fitted him for a suit, took it home. He's complaining about the price and everything else. And so he left, you know, happy. You know, he wasn't happy about the money he spent, but he was happy. So he came back to pick up his alterations a few days later, and he's like, oh man, and he was so happy. Like, told all my buddies at the bar that I bought a suit. They all laughed at me. They told me if I wore the suit to the bar, they'd all buy me a drink. And I was like, that's awesome. I was like, just don't ruin your suit. I was like, that's cool. So he wore the suit out to the bar that night, got a ton of drinks bought for him, had a great time. And like got used to wearing the suit, met a girl, and he ended up with a girlfriend. She came in with him to buy the next suit, and he loved suits after that. So it was like a really good progression, and that's what well, oh yeah, I mean, I think on our token, if we're a little too powerfully dressed up, I think that men that aren't secure enough with themselves have a problem with that. But I mean, really, do you want them around if that's the case? So I have the most amazing husband ever. He's just amazing, and like we get along so well, and like if one of us wants to do something, the other one supports them and everything, and and I'm not the easiest one to deal with, so he's a saint. But no, I think that like seeing like prom kids come in and like fitting them for their first tuxedo, and then selling them a suit to go off to college, and like selling them a suit for their first interview, like to see that is so rewarding to me. So like that's one reason I like my job and like to do this. For men, the suits on the lower side start about $229. We always have different deals. Those are typically like a poly wool blend, not the highest thread counts. They're what we call our exceptional value line. We carry suits up to $1,500. Those are Hickey Freemans, which our Hickey Freemans average between $11.99 to $13.99. But at Andres or any of our other local places, they charge about $16 to $18 for the exact same suits. Reason being is we've got 900 stores nationwide. We have buying power. Yeah. And yes, 2 locations. The original store, which is where I'm at, is on Diamond Boulevard. Well, you're from. No. Do you remember where C's Candy used to be? That's part of our store. Yeah, there's David's Bridal, Nail Salon, us, Terabella, and Bed Bath and Beyond. We're right behind the old pizza. Yeah, we've been here on my 12-year anniversary at this company is August 11th, and the store opened August 12th of 2009. The other one just opened in April.
And we're over in the Tecate Commons. Mm-hmm. Yep.
They're like in the next building over from where Pier 1 is. So, but they're a brand new store. So I mean, we've been around for a long time. Any suits that we sell, any suits, sport coats, or slacks that you buy from Men's Warehouse, you get lifetime pressing at any Men's Warehouse. So like, say if you guys have a suit, or your men have a suit, and you want to go, to California on vacation, you can take it into a local store. We don't need a receipt. We take care of it for you. For life. For life. Yeah. And well, our average price suit, to kind of give you an idea of average price, $650. Those are like your Calvin Klein, Lauren, Jones New York, good brands, super high thread count, super 120 to super 130 thread count. The Joseph Abboud, and actually that's another thing I should tell you guys, because this is something that might be of interest. This is one of our American-made Joseph Abbouds. This is a new line. Amanda liked to sell these the most. And these average not as high as some of the other suits. However, if you go to buy, can't buy Joseph Abboud anymore. He works for us now, and we own the factory. Yes. So anything that you get at Nordstrom or anything like that is just the leftovers and what he had. So he's our chief designer for everything now. And so this suit is $595 or 2 for $1,000. So anywhere else you would have spent close to $1,000 for this quality. This is Bemberg lining. It's the finest lining in the world. Italian material. The textiles are actually from Italy, Biella, Italy. Natural buttons, meaning they're Scheller Horn. So they're really high quality. And American styling. So it has a nice comfortable armhole instead of something really tight and uncomfortable. We also have a custom line, and that's for the Joseph Abbouds. Any custom suits that we order, it's about 3-week turnaround, which is not bad for custom. And they start about the $695 range. Okay. $695. Okay. Did I just say that? Okay. Yeah. But it's anything from North America tends to have higher quality than anything overseas. It's just the textiles, the quality that goes into the materials, and honestly the way they're sized through the shoulders. To answer your second question, because I didn't forget, I have sold to women, In fact, I actually had my mom buy 3 suits from us, and I'm too curvaceous to buy a man's suit because I've got broad shoulders and hips, and it's the hips that cause the problems. So I would love to, though, if that were the case. The men's suits are way better quality than women's. I had a woman come in. This was for a rental for a wedding. She's a best man in a wedding coming up this month. And she came in from Homer. All the guys were scared to measure her. And so I measured her. I don't have a problem with it. It's the same measurements. You know? And so she had told the groom she had experience with, he called me to deal with him for the rest of his wedding business, which was funny because, I mean, I don't even do tuxedo rentals, but he wants to work with me, which is fine. So, but I mean, I actually don't mind fitting women at all. I've sold probably about, in the 12 years I've been with the company, probably about 8 or 9 women, not too many. But I mean, honestly, when I do sell a man's suit to a woman, it's typically because women look really cute in tails. Yeah. So, yes. No. I had one, she works for Doyon Security. She's got a military build, so she's got like, you know, slimmer hips and everything like that. I sold to her about about a month ago. And we had to taper the center seam in on the coat because like women's shoulders just aren't as broad. So like we altered this part to bring this part in to fit her. But other than that, we nipped the waist a little bit, but the pants were like perfect. In fact, our tailor was like, wow, those looked fantastic. I was like, no, because normally if the waist is a little bit big, but the seat fits, we can taper in the seat. Or I mean, we can taper in the waist. It's actually not hard at all. And so we have like 4 tailors on staff. They have 2. Yeah. And so, yes.
Because I know it's hospital, even men's, flannel pants, lounging pants, you can feel, colors that
Newer suits are shorter in the rise. So everything's gone to a slimmer cut in the last probably 10 years. Yeah. So back in the 80s and 90s, they were like the looser, you know, double-breasted suits, the bigger shoulder pads, the wider shoulders. They were designed to fit looser, where nowadays it's a soft-shouldered garment like this. If you come up and feel this mannequin, his shoulder pad is very thin. And very soft-shouldered, very slim, natural look. They don't want it slouchy. They want it to fit the body contours. So whether you're a bigger or smaller man, we can still fit. I think it looks so much better. You know, I think that it's nice to actually see the contour, because like, you know, us with the pencil. I do. I think, yeah. It's my job to make sure that their jeans fit good for all of you women. Come see me. No, I'm like, but no, it's my job.
Miracle worker.
You know, I'm gonna be honest, my husband will not listen to me with the jeans, and I like to refer to my husband's backside as long back. It was like long back with a crack, no butt. And so like I'll joke with him, and you know, he'll be walking up the stairs and I'll like grab the material where the butt should be, and I'm like, and he's like, leave me alone. But he won't wear jeans that fit. If a guy is open to wearing jeans that fit, we have these things called joga jeans, which are like our jeggings. And they're not skinny jeans by any means. They're still like a boot cut. They're buffaloes. They feel like pajamas. Like you could do like kung fu kicks in them. They're amazing. They're amazing. And then one of the styles actually has a built-in like drawstring. So you know how our jeans stretch out in the waist during the day? They just have to cinch in the waist, the drawstring. Yeah, I've thought about buying a pair actually. They're really nice. So, but do you guys have any other questions for me?
I might have missed it. Being on the bottom of the pants, there's like 3 different ways. There's a cuff, or you can have it straight, or you can have it like this.
There's slant. There's two main hem styles. It's a cuff and a plain hem. Slant hem is more like a military, but that only goes with a plain hem. You can't do it with a cuff. In Michigan, where I worked, they had something called a Detroit cuff, where it was plain hem in the front, cuff in the back, which is different. I don't like it.
Is there a
There is rules, actually. There is etiquette. If it's a pleated front pant, you wear a cuff. If it's a plain front pant, you wear a plain hem. The reason for that is the weight of the cuff controls the additional material from the pleat. Also, you know how suits have those buttons here normally on men's suits? Historically, and I don't know if this is true or not, but it's what I've always heard, they say that the reason that men's suit buttons are here is because Napoleon Bonaparte was tired of officers blow their noses on their sleeves, so he had the buttons added on. I'm not joking. Yeah, like that's supposed to be the historical standpoint, or the purpose for those buttons. So, well, in the 80s or 70s, the amount of buttons here was referring to the quality of the suit. So if it was a higher quality suit, you'd have 4 buttons. If it was lower quality, you'd have 2. It's really weird. They don't do that now, though. Most suits have 4 buttons on the sleeves. Yeah, I've always preferred to put you guys in natural fibers. They're always better quality. They lay nicer. I hope you guys enjoyed our spiel, definitely. And as far as Christmas party time and everything, Michaela and I, like both stores, we do tux rentals. And so we can help you guys out with that. If you want to bring your guys in, we'll make sure they look nice. Or if you guys want to come in, we'll make sure you look dapper. I'm going to give you guys some coupons. Like I said, all of these are expired at this point. However, we will honor them both. We've already discussed it with store management of both stores. So if you guys come in and say, hey, I was here, we will honor it. It's 40% off the regular price, anything in the store, with the exception of shoes. And it's not one item, it's all of them. So they are good coupons. Yes, and then does anyone want a how to tie a tie brochure for a bow tie and a half Windsor? Yes, I will give you some. So if you guys would like to come up to me, I will pass out everything. Yes, I do. I even brought my business card case. You guys will probably appreciate it. Read what it says.